Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to what will be the first episode of the Pokemon White TagLocke between myself and a bunch of other creators in the IDL Draft League. So this will be a 10-part series, and you boy got the lucky #1 draw. So the starter, the first gym, and a little bit more of the plot will be my responsibility, so just sit back, relax, and just kind of bear in with me while I make this attempt at a YouTube video, because as you can look at my channel, it's really all just been draft battles, and it's not very been the best quality, so I'm just gonna try and I'm gonna try and wing it here. So just like any other playthrough, we're just gonna be playing through the story, tutorial, all that stuff. I'm not gonna like read off the dialogue or anything like that. I might, just for little pieces, because I mean, it is a Pokemon game and we do care about the dialogue, but if people watching this have the same experience I do with playthroughs, it's just it kind of gets old after a while. So we will just, let's see, we'll just name it Tag, but we'll spell it a little, we'll spell it unique. Okay, you know, Tag. Tag, because it is a TagLocke. So for you all that do not know, a TagLocke is just a normal Nuzlocke. We do have hardcore Nuzlocke rules applied. So what that means is that you can't heal during a battle. You can heal outside of a battle. You just can't use potions and all that. You can't use items. I believe we play on set, so I'll have to change that. And other than that, other normal Nuzlocke rules apply. The first Pokemon on every route. If you fail it, you don't get an encounter. If a Pokemon faints, it is considered gone, and it needs to be deposited in the PC. And I think that's really about it. It's just kind of the hardcore of playing on set and not being able to heal in battle is really the only thing different from a normal Nuzlocke. And the whole TagLocke part, this save file will get transferred between myself and all the people that will play after. So we basically just keep passing it off until we either one of us unfortunately messes up or we beat the game. So I will be linking the descriptions of all the YouTube channels as the videos get made. But also this video will more than likely be put in a playlist with all the other episodes. So if you don't want to miss an episode, I will just check back on my, what are they called? The community post things. And I'll just make sure that all the links to all the episodes are put on there. Or we can figure out a way to do the collaboration thing. I'm not sure. I don't know how YouTube works, to be honest with you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see our starters. So all of this is randomized. So starters, I would assume gift Pokemon, trainer Pokemon, gym Pokemon, all that stuff. It's all randomized. We got random abilities, and I think that's about it, honestly. But yeah, let's see what our starters are going to be here. I did hear some of them are mid, and that checks out. Okay, so we got Lairon, we got Boldore, and Wingull. Not even going to entertain the Wingull idea. It's really just between these two. Because early game rock types is huge, because most of them have high attack stats. However, you cannot pass up an Aggron. So, and plus we'll get plenty of encounters down the road. So, I mean, this thing, I believe, starts out with like Mud Slap, Headbutt, something like that. But it'll get Metal Claw around the first gym area. So we're just going to go ahead and go with Lairon as our starter for this TagLocke here. And Lairon's really a mon that I haven't really used a whole lot of. But, I mean, it's a borderline pseudo-legendary, so who can pass that up, right? The only thing is, I do have to fight this Boldor, which will be a little annoying, because I really just kind of have to spam Mud Slap. So, we'll see how this goes. And they also randomized the trainer classes and names, so that is not really lazy Veronica, but that's just what it randomized to. So, yeah, we're just gonna Mud Slap away here, because I feel like that's better than Headbutt. Because he resists it and his defense stat is stupid. So, not for a lack of just sitting here watching the same thing, but I'm gonna try and be very reluctant to do speed up here, just because I want to have it all be experienced with us. And plus I'm gonna try and stretch this out to close to an hour, because I think that's the episode lengths that they were trying to go for. But I don't think you could blame me if you were in my scenario and you just had to click a very weak special move with a physical attacker on. So we made it past that fight with not really a whole lot of issues. I'm really just going to be kind of commentating the things that happen in here, because like I said, this is my first actual, like, just one take talking by myself kind of YouTube video. I feel like if I were to do like a Soul Link or something like that, I could probably keep conversation going and actually have it be engaging. But just, as of right now, I'm just kind of letting it ride like this. So he will have the Wingull. That'll be a little easier because I can just headbutt it like twice and it'll perish. But yeah, this is the first big project I've been a part of. Like I said, I'm very new to YouTube scene. I'm sure if you all go back and watch my draft videos, I probably sound a little kind of shaky or like just kind of invested in the game itself. I didn't really like try and talk or try and make it engaging, but I've always wanted to try YouTube, and with life getting busy and all that and having to eventually do some adulting stuff, I'm not really going to get the chance to do a whole lot of these, so I'm trying to do it where I can. But enough about me. Let's see what our starter is looking like. So if we go to summary, it is Hasty Nature, which isn't great. Rivalry isn't great either, but I mean, more damage. But that minus defense nature, that kind of stinks. I'm not gonna lie. But before I forget, let me change. I think he has it on fastest speed, so we'll just go battle style set. We'll go mono, so it'll play in both your ears, because I know that's a little pet peeve of mine with these games. And then we'll just go ahead and drop a save, just to make sure nothing gets messed up here. So yeah, I tried to set up this layout and all that as best I could. We were having an issue because we're using this thing called PokeLink to automatically track our parties and all that. Helps me and some other people that might not have the time to edit. Just have us just sit down, record it, and then just upload it, which is nice. Mine might look a little different than what the other episodes will look, but I'm gonna try and share with them what I did with mine, and hopefully they can do the same thing as me. But, and also some people might have face cam. You'll see my channel logo, but because I just wanted to opt for that instead of showing my face on the internet, just because I'll probably won't be doing a whole lot of videos. If I change to seriously do videos, I'll probably eventually do face cam, but I just wanted to not stay anonymous, but just not plaster my face on the internet for right now. But yeah, this is I grew up watching playthroughs of this game specifically, so it's always been an interest of mine to try this. So I'm really kind of yapping. I'm apologizing if I'm just being a little boring, but I'm just trying to do the best I can. I'm a pretty introverted guy, I'd like to say, so I'm really trying here. But here's where we will give him a nickname. I don't know how serious people will go with the nicknames, but for steel types, mainly a Steelix, I'd just kind of name it Stainless, because, you know. But we got Stainless the Lairon. So another rule, I'm sure you all know, Nuzlocke, you always give your mons a nickname, just so you can be more attached to them. Which is a little morbid because they do, like, die. So if they die, you have to mourn them for a little bit because you, like, personally nicknamed them. But that's besides the point. Nuzlocks have always been fun, especially randomized ones. I'm glad I'm finally at a space to where I can play randomized stuff. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, we got Stainless the Lairon. We just gotta kind of play through the tutorial stuff, getting all them key items, all that stuff. Going through the catching tutorial, and then we'll start actually getting through the actual, like, playing the game part. But yeah, God, I'm really trying to think of ways to keep this engaging. This is my, like, I've said it probably 3 times. I'm kind of losing my mind a little bit, but it's my first big project, so let me know in the comments if y'all are excited for this. I'm sure it might be majority of the IDL server watching this, so if y'all don't know me, I go by Chugaroo. You'll hear Twisted calling me Chug, which is understandable because it does literally, the first part of my username in Discord is literally just Chug. But back in college on my bowling team, I bowled in college. My nickname was Chugs, or Chugaroo, because there is a professional bowler on the PBA tour that his name is Mike Machuga, and his nickname on tour is Chugs. And my teammates wanted to give me a similar nickname because I bowled very similar to how he does. If I can do some editing in here, I might flash a video clip in here about showing how he bowls, because I know a lot of people probably don't know anything about that. But they wanted to give me a non-quote-unquote trademarked nickname of that, so they just called me Chugaroo, and that's where that came from. So just a little lore. I probably won't drop a whole lot of stuff like that, but just kind of some personal talk and helping IDL to get to know me just a little bit more, because I really only just joined for season 2 of IDL. I wasn't in the upload division because I wasn't very sure how much I would upload, but anyway, we got Pokeballs, so the Nuzlocke has now started. So let me get to my route tracker. What's this route? I'm so sorry. Route 1. Okay. Let's see what our encounter is. Or not. Oh yeah, and he turned on so we could get running shoes. So the goal is to get to the Pokemon Center and not get an encounter right now, so I can buy more balls. That's criminal. Okay. Sand Slash, not horrible. I probably would have preferred something not weak to water, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers, right? So, and also Sand Slash doesn't really learn a whole lot of good stuff, but we'll make it work, because if it's anything like the randomized ones that I've played, TMs should also be randomized, so Alright. Caught Sandslash. Let's see. What do we want to nickname you, buddy? You know what? We'll just call you Rat. Or no, that's disrespectful. Let me... Whenever I'm stumped on a mon that I haven't used before, I just kind of Google nicknames. Because most people are creative with their nicknames, but it's just... I'm just kind of... I just nickname it whatever sounds cool. You know what? Sure. We'll do a little Avatar reference. I never watched it. I've always wanted to, but I was more of a Pokémon kid, Cartoon Network kid, so I never really watched a whole lot of Avatar or Naruto or anything like that. But we're gonna name... Actually, no, that doesn't work, because Toph is a woman. But Toph sounds cool. What? Bunker. We'll name it Bunker. I try and be a little original with my names, but I can't say I have used a Sandslash much. So we're just gonna fall back. And see, yeah, it automatically updated for me. Like, that, you probably won't believe me, because this will be, like, edited a little bit. But it just automatically showed it up, so we don't have to do nothing with overlay or anything like that. So shout out Twisted for making it a little bit more convenient for us. Okay. And also in this thing, it helps us track the encounters and stuff, which I myself will be sharing with the other people in this TagLocke, so it'll make it so we can all be on the same page and not fret about like taking notes or anything like that. So I've always not really enjoyed how handholdy this part of the game is, but then I play Sword and Shield and I'm like, oh, we had it good back then, because they really try and just kind of baby you until as close to the first gym as possible in the new games. I really hope that Wind and Waves isn't like that, but you never know. So with this being a hardcore Nuzlocke, like I said, we can't heal in battle. So what I usually like to buy a little bit of potions. I like to stock up in the early game just in case if I come across stuff and I can't get to a Pokemon Center, all that. But I'm just gonna go 4 potions, so that'll bring me down to $3,000. And then I'll just buy the max balls, because we will need all we can get. And let's see if this got randomized. So in my playthroughs, I always randomized the shop items, and these second guys that usually give like X items or whatever it is, they will be randomized also. So let's see. Oh my, okay. So they're definitely randomized. For integrity's sake, I'm not gonna take a Master Ball, but either the people that do the episodes will watch this and see this moment right here, or I'll share with them, but that's huge. Like I said, I'm not gonna get that, because I feel like that would be a little bit cheap, just to have a get out of encounter free card, but I don't know, maybe I'll get one, but I feel confident in my abilities to catch stuff. So now, the whole Plasma storyline, this really makes Black and White my favorite games, because like, if you're a 12, 13-year-old kid playing these games for the first time, like, obviously you hear this intimidating music and I'm like, oh, evil team, they're trying to take Pokemon. But at the end of the game, you really don't expect, like, if you were to put 12-year-old me in a room with 12-year-old me finishing this game, and have them have a conversation, the guy who is just starting this game would have never expected that N was just a tool for Getsis and all this stuff. They really do a good job at building the lore here, because N's like, oh, I can hear thoughts of your Pokemon. Oh, they're, I can hear it. You all are in sync, or you can't hear it, or whatever. But then end of the game, and it's like, oh, I'm used N because he's close with Pokemon and he can get the legendary Pokemon. I can rule the world. Like, it's very deep for a children's game, and reason one why I like Black and White so much. Okay, so Vigoroth. Sorry, I really don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm just kind of, like I said, yapping, because I don't make content much. So this is one of the main reasons why I chose Lairon, because early game, these normal types can be a little bit of a pain. And having the defensive typing of Rock Steel really helps get me through fights like this. Because like if I just had Sand Slash and then like that Wiggle, for example, I'd be a little boned. But before I started this, we Twisted and I and a couple other people, we were figuring out this PokeLink thing, and he said that some of the starters were mid, and I can kind of see what he was saying, but it was I think it was mostly just that that Wingull that he was talking about, because these other ones aren't bad at all. Okay, so let me go back and heal. And another thing that was mentioned is that instead of grinding, they put rare candies in. Uh-oh. I'm gonna pause the recording and come back when I figure this out. Give me just a second. Okay, we're back. So I did end up just adding them in, because Twisted did say that one of the main things about this is that instead of grinding, we're just going to use rare candies, because nobody wants to try and grind in Gen 5. It's when I played the whenever I played in my test one, just to get used to the hardcore rules, I just grinded, because that's what I've always done. But I understand the logic of not wanting to lose a Mon due to just an obscene wild encounter. So, it makes sense. But in my own personal playthroughs, I will likely just keep doing the grinding and all that. So, quirky nature, so we got a neutral Sand Slash with Terravolt. Move Confused. Is that just this? I believe that's just the same as Mold Breaker, which isn't bad, I guess. But this thing doesn't learn Earthquake by level up, so that's, yeah. So this thing probably won't see a whole lot of play from me. You might see it in some other guys' episodes, but for me, I probably won't use it a whole lot. So let's just move on to the next route. Get our next encounter. Now, this should be where the mom calls us. Yeah. I'm curious how this will work since we already have the running shoes. Hopefully it doesn't break our game. Okay, because all is right with the world now. Okay, so our route to encounter. Let us see what this is. After we get a Custap Berry. That's not very useful here. But let's see. See what our route to encounter is. Alright, so you remember how I said I have a nickname for Steelix? Oh, so we're just gonna have a whole beefy squad here, is what I'm seeing. How much does that do? That can eat probably one more. Yeah. We'll just do one more, and then we'll just chuck some balls at it. I'm speeding up through this because I'm expecting this to take a minute. And also, I'm almost at half an hour, and I haven't even gotten to Striaton City yet, so I'm not worried about speeding up a little bit here. So, yeah, that's probably why they don't want a whole lot of speed up. But to be honest, I wasn't probably gonna catch that. So, I don't know. I might get some crap for that from Twisted and all them, but I mean, the team's already pretty stacked with Lairon as it is, so I'm not horribly worried. And we got the free encounter, and there's plenty of encounters to go around, so as long as I can make it through the Bianca fight, because I believe if it's like how it is in the playthroughs I've done, Bianca will be a full team of 6. I hope I'm wrong, because that's a little insane, but yeah. And also, I'm gonna try and not fight these trainers if I can help it, because if hardcore rules are what I'm thinking they are, nope, don't catch the Sandshrew. If hardcore rules are what I played, there is a level cap, and I believe there is a small percentage multiplier of the levels of trainer bonds. So when I played, I did the same thing, but I did the level cap times 10% is what my actual level cap was. So that's probably how I will go about this, especially because if all the important trainers are full teams of 6s, I will need every piece of help I can get. Kind of useless items there, but let's go on and heal before we get to... And we'll just get him up to level 10. I think he just learned a move. That's the only thing I don't like about the fastest text thing in that, is that it kind of glitches out a little bit. Poison Sting, eh. If it's like how I played the Fire Red Leaf Green that they released on Pokemon Day, I got so unlucky with how many poison procs I got against me. Like, I swear it's not 10% when it's against you, it's only 10% when you use it. Because it was like 50% I was getting poisoned, but that's besides the point. Let's go on and meet our fate with Bianca. Let's see if this is actually a team of 6. Because if it is, well, this will be interesting if it is a team of 6. Oh boy, okay. So this will be some nice experience. I'm just gonna hope I don't get over leveled. And similar to how Boldor was, I'm just gonna... I'm sorry, does Mud Slap say it has 10 PP? I could have sworn it was more than that, but oh well. Yeah, we're just... Oh, we're playing this game, huh? Let's see how much Headbutt does. Not enough. Okay. I think we need to get lucky with Poison Sting and hope it poisons, because I'm not sitting through this long of a fight with this, and I know she has Nose Pass. I know that for a fact. Poison will be my best friend. So maybe this guy will come in clutch for me this run. And speak of the devil, we're just gonna try and go for a poison pop again. Just hope to God we get it, and then we'll switch back into Lairon, because I don't want to lose Amon. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's only against me is when the poison gets popped. I got lucky with Nose Pass, but I guess I used up my luck. So Mud Slap should kill, and I think she used up her only potion. I'm just gonna pray that... Well, that's not great. Yeah. Apologies again about the speed up, but if you were playing through this game, you would probably do the exact same thing, because like this is a little dumb. Hindsight, I probably should have gone back and healed before the fight, like at a Pokemon Center instead of just using a potion, but hindsight's 20/20. We're all human, we mess up a little bit, right? Uh-oh. We should be okay. Because Mach Punch messes me up a little bit. But that's okay. If you went for Mach Punch, that might have been a little scary, but it's fine. So this thing... I'm just going to use my tackles here. This, I believe this thing should have a Protect. Or maybe it doesn't. I play casually a lot, but I never remember like at what level this thing gets the Protect. So I know it gets it, but it usually evolves at a higher level, so it'll probably have it later. I don't know. I'm just yapping at this point because these fights are long, and this is one of 3 fights I'm looking at in this episode, because I'll have Charon, and then I'll also have the gym leader. What are we switching? Whistle? Okay. I mean, if you want to really... If you really want to do that. Alright. But yeah, this was one of the main reasons why I wanted Lairon. I know Boldore has a higher attack stat, but I looked at its... I know that Boldore has a lower special defense than this thing, and I just wanted all-around bulk. So, and plus the quad weak to normal early game is very nice. We'll see if it lives on. I hope it does, because I want my boy Stainless to go all the way. But Nuzlocke's anything can happen, as I'm sure you all know. Goodness, we're just gonna hope this goes through all the way. Yeah, I mentioned earlier in the episode that I got a lot of adulting stuff. I know my fiance is watching this because she I love her, I really do, but I know for a fact that she stalked this YouTube channel and showed her sister and hopefully not the rest of her family. But me and her are moving out together here soon, so that's part of the reason why I said I'm probably not going to have a whole lot of time to do these YouTube videos. So while I'm still at a point to where I can do these videos, I want to make the most of it, because it would be nice to do this as like not a career, but just as a way to get some more money and also entertain people and fulfill that childhood dream. But let's see what this store has. Flying Gem, Starberry, Prism Scale is huge, Leftovers. Okay, this was another thing that I got in my my personal run. You can buy these, and then on Route 5 after Nimbasa, that's where you can sell them. So, again, with it being first episode, I'm not going to do that. However, I will be buying this Eviolite, and I will also buy a Leftovers. I'm going to just keep it a rule of 1 here, and just kind of benefit myself a little bit. I'm gonna give Leftovers to Sandslash. That might change depending on what my encounter is for the monkey gift. But yeah. So we're gonna switch. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even notice the PokeLink switches when you switch your party around. That's huge. But yeah, we're gonna go get the monkey encounter just so we can have something to use in the Charon fight, just so I don't over level anything. Now this side area has proven to be some issue for me in my personal run, because there was some obscene from this trainer specifically. I don't know if it was, I think it was Dragon Rage or some like legendary. It was insane what they was pulling out. But see how much poison sting does. Decent amount. See how much scratch does. More. Okay. Okay. Huge. But yeah, I haven't really used a Sand Slash a whole lot, just because I know its ground level up stuff isn't the greatest. Like its stats are cool, but in terms of just a playthrough, it's just kind of mid. So I've never really used one before. I'm curious what this encounter will be, because it could literally be anything. It could make or break my run here. We are not going to risk this thing. We're just gonna go straight into stainless here. This thing has Truant. Okay, that's really funny. Jirachi, good boy. And Wish, that's annoying. I would not be upset at getting a Jirachi, but this will test my patience a little bit, I think. And also this thing being poisoned is a little unfortunate. That's one of the things about a hardcore Nuzlocke, is that I just kind of really have to be careful about my HP. And when I run into legendaries like this, it's just kind of, it's a little annoying. Especially when he goes for Wish and just heals everything. Oh my lord. This is insane, dude. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do against this. Because he just heals it back every time. Like, I just have to hope that I can kill it before it wakes up and uses Wish again. I need a crit. That's what I need. Well, I got it. I just... Okay. This is a little scary. Like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do against this. Because, it's just gonna drain me of all my PP, and now I'm down to tackle, which does less. This is, like, what am I supposed to do against this? Like, genuinely. Like, this is a little dumb. This is one sleepy Jirachi here. The real ones know what I'm talking about. And again, I apologize about the speed up, but if you were in my shoes, man, this is... Oh my gosh. I just have to hope he keeps missing Confusion. It's really my best bet, because the leftovers is barely saving me. Okay, I should live, but I'm not staying in. Yeah. I just need to hope he misses Confusion some more. Oh my gosh. Chat, this is getting a little scary. Okay. Oh my gosh, please. I don't want to lose an episode. I don't want to lose like mana on episode 1. Okay. Oh my gosh. It'll help getting this encounter, because if I run into another one of those, I could have sworn, does Mudslap, I feel like Mudslap is definitely supposed to have higher PP. I don't know if that was a Gen 6 change or not, but I definitely remember it having like in the 30s. But maybe I'm just delusional. I don't know. Let's go see what our encounter is for the monkey. Because usually this is the this helps you with your type matchup with your starter going into this gym. So let's see what this is here. Mian Xiao, that's okay. Yes, I will take that Mian Xiao. I don't know if it'll help with grass types, but you know what? We'll take it. We will nickname it. What's that figure skater's name? Simuli? I'm gonna name it Simuli. I think that's... Oh, no, that's that's Shang-Chi. Never, hold on. What's the figure skater? Medalist. What was her name? Alyssa Liu, that was her name. I don't know why I thought it was Shang Simu Lee. Where did I get that from? Alyssa Lee. I remember she pronounced it on an interview, but I don't remember how she pronounced it on it. Okay. So we got that encounter. I wonder, is this a... It's not considered an encounter. Okay. So let's check out our Mian Xiao. I think we was just talking about how some mons like Mianfu evolve at like late game, and this was one of the ones that I was looking at as an example of that. But let's see, rash nature, static is huge. Doesn't really have a good like move set right now, but that's nice. Let me actually look up. Let me do some research here. I'm a very big research guy when I do playthroughs. Like, Cerebi is my best friend when I try and do these. So he will not learn another move until level 17, which is Double Slap. He learns Force Palm at level 29, Drain Punch at 33, Jump Kick at 37, U-Turn at 41. So yeah, this thing is definitely meant to be a, like, in the mid-20s thing, but it doesn't evolve to level 50. So I'm kind of happy we got him right now, because that'll set up whoever comes after me pretty nicely. But let's put the leftovers on you. Okay, so now it's time for the Charid fight. And like I said, this is battle 2 of 3, where it is a team of 6. Oh yeah, I already did that, I forgot. So let's see how this treats us. I know Wingull is one of his mons, but let's see how this goes. As long as it's not another Jirachi situation, I should be fine, because that was a little annoying. Umbreon. This will be another thing where poison would be huge if I can get the roll on it. Because this thing is bulky as all get out. But I don't think it should get anything crazy aside from tackle or quick attack at this level. So I'm just gonna keep doing this until I get the pop. Well, at this point, I might as well just go ahead and start scratching him. Okay, let's stop just we're just gonna go in and just try and get this. We're gonna try and get through this as quick as we can. Rapid spin? No. We'll give up on rapid spin for now. There's the Wingle. It knows water gun now, but it just dies in one hit. Musharna. Okay. That doesn't really matter for me. Aside from that, that's a little annoying. Psychic types were also my kryptonite in my personal run. Like, Psybeam was so annoying to deal with. So I'm glad I have this defensive monster. Speaking of defensive monsters, oh my goodness. Yeah, I kind of just have to get lucky with flinches, I think. I think that's my best. Or I don't even have to get lucky with flinches because they can't really hit me. Like, that was a crit. So we should be fine. We just gotta keep clicking. And I'm just gonna... Hey, we got lucky with flinches there. That's huge. Shuckle. Oh boy. Cursed body. Okay, that's a little annoying, but now... Struggle bug, that doesn't really matter. No longer disabled, but I'm still Encore. That doesn't really matter. Encore ended. Okay, I'm glad, because I was going to struggle to death if I stayed that way. So, what am I learning? Metal Claw, that's huge. But let me learn this first. I'll get rid of Harden. Okay. I believe I took a screenshot of the level cap stuff. I'll find it after this fight. Let me just... Headbutt is disabled. You know what? We'll give me and Chao some play here. That's not great. Fake out. Fake out will be huge in this run. Oh my gosh, okay. So there's 2 of the 3, and then the Oran berries will be huge. That's what got me through my... It took me 7 tries to beat the whole game in a hardcore run, and the, whatchamacallit, the Oran berries being held was a very huge for me. Oh, that's cool. There's a little status marker on the overlay. This thing's really cool. I'm glad we have this. If I ever do a run again, I'll have to implement it myself. But we got Mienshao in the front. We'll have... Sandslash hold it. And then we're also going to Rare Candy up. We'll Rare Candy him to level 13. Okay, so let me look up the level cap for a hardcore Nuzlocke. I'm sure it will be different for everybody else, but this will just give me a good... This will give me a good idea of where I need to be at. Because if I remember correctly, the first gem's ace is, yeah, 14. So 14, I forget what percentage we said. Let me see if I can search. All trainers will have 10% to their levels. Okay. So if we go 14 times 1.1, it's level 15. So I'm just gonna say going into the gym fight as long as I'm at level 15. That's all that matters. I don't think these trainers will have anything more than like 1 or 2 mons a piece, so it shouldn't be a huge issue. And looking at the time, I think this will be the last thing we do in this episode. So let me run around and get these hidden items before I forget. I forget if there's one here or not. I always forget. I know there's a Pokeball item down there. I just forget. I'm usually good at remembering where all the hidden items are in games. Scope lens is huge. So for whoever's watching, for who's up next, you got that. Alright. Let's go on and go into the gym. Now, this will be a test here. Depending on if I can make it through this unscathed will really determine how well the people who will play after me are set up. Because if I can get through this with all 3 of those mons, it'll make it easier, especially because I lost that Steelix on Route 2. But I'm just kind of yapping at this point. Let me stop. Let me just, yeah. Okay, there's that one down. I was a little dumb kid. I had to look up this puzzle as a kid when I played through this the first, because like, oh, what do you mean? Leaf, flame, and water. But yeah, just don't mind me. I was a slow kid. This is a little annoying. Oh, the static pop. Synchronize? What is happening here? Okay. Let's just go out into you. Splash, okay. Boldor. We'll just mud slap. Actually, let's see how much a Metal Claw probably won't do a whole lot because he just hardened, but that's more than that. I'll take that. Okay. Awesome. So, like I said, going into the fight, as long as I'm level 15, that's all that really matters. So... okay. So let's heal. Not make the same mistake I did against Bianca. Because I legit was scared for my life. I was even scared for my life against that JIRACHI, because if I didn't lower that thing's accuracy, I was cooked. But yeah, let's see how this gym fight goes. I believe we will lead with we'll just keep the lead of me and Xiao, and then we'll just pivot it around if I need to, so I can keep getting the fake outs. All right. Triton City, boom. Chili, boom. Cress, boom. Silent. So it should be, yeah, it should be Cress, yeah, because Lairon was in the Tepig spot, so it'd be Cress. So a little superstition. I like to say for every gym fight, because as a YouTuber I used to watch said only you can prevent lost save data. It's a little corny, but you know what? I don't really care much. So let's go on to the fight. What incredible luck for you! You get to battle the best among the 3 of us. I don't know about that. I mean, there was a reason why Silent was in the anime, but whatever. So we got Technician Landon. Let's see what he leads with. Rotom. Rotom-mo. Okay. So that's a little scary, but we're just gonna fake out. Okay, that did a lot. And then we'll pound. I'm pretty sure he gets Leaf Storm, but I don't think I'm too scared of that. Uproar is a little scary though, so as long as I don't... Okay. Let me go on and switch to Laron here. So we'll tank these Uproars and I can get some good chip in with Headbutt. I really hope that my audio's been working, because in OBS I've been having the sources page up instead of the audio mixer. So hopefully this sound, hopefully this sounds okay for you all. I tried to make it so the game audio was turned down so you could hear my voice a little bit clearer. But maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe it's probably just because I watch YouTube on quiet mode. So maybe that's why I have an issue with it, but let me just... Okay, so this leads me to believe he doesn't have Leaf Storm. Because I feel like he definitely would have gone for it by now, but oh well. There goes his first Mon. We're at level 16. Mienshau's at level 15. I don't think the randomizer worked. Like, what do you mean to tell me that the game randomized every single thing in the game, and the game somehow gave the water-type gym leader Panpour? Like, what is that? Please don't. Okay, thank you. Maractus. Okay. I don't think I'm moved by it much. I think I just... This is going fairly smooth. I just need to hope that... Oh my god. I just need to hope that his next mons aren't horribly scary. Oh my gosh. Okay. We are halfway through the fight. Patrat. What is... I mean... The one way that I did win... What... Okay. Sorry. Okay, we're not taking any chances. Sorry. I just see Bide and get so scared. But the one way that I won my run was I had to get through the first fight unscathed, and so far it's looking like we'll do a decent job at that. Like, the damage on Laron here isn't great, but you know what? In hindsight of that, we're gonna go out into Sand Slash, just so we can get some, so we can spread the love here. Well, he's spreading the love. Crit. Uh-oh, what did I do? Okay. Oh. I'm just clicking buttons on my keyboard right now. I don't know what's going on. He doesn't have a potion left. I'm just gonna... Again, forgive the speed up, but... Okay. Level 17. We... You know... Me going first, I was really expecting to have a bit of a harder time. Like, what do you mean to tell me that the hardest Mon on this team was Patrat with Bide? Like, what are we doing? I mean, I'm not complaining because, like I said... Okay, that was scary. Like I said, the key to getting through these runs is just making sure you get out of the first gym unscathed, and I did that, but I just would have liked it to be a little harder. I think the hardest thing in this episode was that JIRACHI, and then all those rock types with Bianca, but oh well. We made it through, that's all that matters. Mind Reader, not a great TM, and the TM will be randomized, but it'll still be like whoever can learn Work Up can learn that move, so you can get things like workup is randomized as roar of time, and you can teach roar of time to anything. So, but we are coming up on the hour mark, so we're just going to go on and heal. Well, we're gonna skip through Fennel's dialogue. Did you know, fun fact, Fennel is Professor Juniper's friend from college? I didn't know that, and only reason I know that is because as a kid, I got this handbook from the book fair for Pokemon Black and White, and it has every single Pokemon. It has it in alphabetical order, all of its potential moves. It has its Pokedex entries in both games, and then it has important trainers. And on the back of it, it said Fennel is a friend from college. So there's a little fun fact for you before we end the episode here. So I'd say pretty successful, aside from choking that one encounter on Route 2. I'd say I did pretty much everything we could. But yeah, let me save the game here. So that will be it for episode 1 of the TagLocke. Originally, I wanted to try and at least get through Dreamyard, but with the long fights, that was the rock types, and then that Jirachi fight, kind of threw a wrench in that a little bit. But that just gives the other guys some more content to run through. So more power to them, especially with all my stuff coming up. I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, that will be it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and just keep tuned on my channel for an update on how we're gonna share the rest of this lock, whether it be I have a playlist on my channel, or if we do the collaborate thing with all the people. We'll figure it out. Just keep an eye out, because the rest of the series should be pretty entertaining. So thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Later.